In the city lights, we shine so bright. Tanya and Lamont, we're in the limelight, sharing stories on our podcast every night. Spreading love and soul, our words take flight. Talking about love, we keep it real and raw. Through the ups and downs, we stand tall. Our voices blend like a sweet harmony, touching hearts, creating unity. Dive deep into emotions, no filter inside. Tanya's honesty, on soulful insight, exploring love's highs and lows. It's our mission, connecting souls to heartfelt conversations.
What's up, visionary?
What's good?
Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tanya, and this is my wonderful husband,
Lamont.
and we hope you're doing well as usual.
As usual.
Question: how was your week? Ours was busy.
Yeah, busy week.
But it's great to be busy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, especially with a lot of people losing their jobs around this time, people laying off.
Yeah, can't complain.
Can't
And
complain,
we are hoping that everybody, if you have been laid off, we wishing you the best.
Yeah.
And getting back on your feet ASAP.
Yeah.
All right. So how was your week again? Put a heart if you had a great week. Well,
put a fire in the chat.
Yeah, I love
if
fire.
You had a fire week.
I had a fire week. Put some fire in that chat.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right. So Lamont and I, if you are new to our channel, Lamont and I, yep. And if you're not, pay attention. Lamont and I are very dedicated to creating healthy relationships, helping marriages stay together, and even leading people that's dating down the right path. Yeah. Because we done been through a thing or two.
Bridging that connection, so we can connect better.
Yeah, we done been through a thing or two in our lives, and we've been together for over 19 years, married strong and happily. So we know we can bring a lot to the table. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss none of this juiciness we got coming out. And go ahead and check out some of the other videos we got. It's
only gonna get better. Start trying to improve the audio, trying to improve the video. This video thing it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Everybody, I want to be a YouTuber. You might want to change your mind.
Especially if you're doing it for money, because money just don't flow like people think it is. So make sure your attentions is right when you come out here doing this.
Absolutely. And our intentions is gold. All right. So we today we wanted to, kind of discuss what men really want in a relationship. Because again, like I said, we're here to help create and maintain healthier relationships and marriages. Yeah. And so we want to just really discover what a man really want and unlock their sensitivity. All right. And Lamont is a real man. So we got a good one here today, ladies. All right. So without further ado, a lot of times in a relationship, us as women, we can intentionally and sometimes unintentionally disrespect the men in our relationship or marriage. Okay, but this behavior can erode trust, it can weaken communication, and also create emotional distance over time.
Build up resentment in a relationship.
Yeah. Go ahead, babe.
Go ahead.
And yeah, I was just saying that we don't want to do that.
Yeah, because it'll make the man not want to be home. And home is supposed to be peaceful, where the man's supposed to come home and be at peace and harmony with his partner.
Yeah. Where he lay his hat is home.
Yeah.
All right, you don't want him to be a rolling stone.
And respect is the main thing that a man needs to feel love. Respect is how we feel love, and there's different areas that you show respect to a man.
Right.
And if we neglect these areas, then a man doesn't feel the love or he doesn't feel the respect.
Yeah.
Well, he don't feel respect, so therefore he don't feel the love that you're trying to give him.
Yeah. So earlier today, Lamont actually asked me what I think would keep a man or a man want in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I said respect.
Yeah.
I feel like respect is number one on a man's list, and so that's another reason why we decided to hop into this video. Now, the way we're gonna go about it is giving you some examples,
Yeah.
of disrespect. How us women can disrespect the man in our relationship or marriage.
Yeah, like we said, intentionally or unintentionally.
Sometimes you just don't know what
You
you're
just
doing.
don't know, yeah, what you don't know.
Yeah. And so, number one, a way that a woman can disrespect a man in a relationship is a constant criticism
Yeah.
or belittling that man.
Yeah. Nagging and showing the man that he's making him feel that he's less of a man because he's not living up to our expectation of what we think a man should be like, what he should be like.
Right.
Based on things we see plenty of times in social media, because we see other men just doing bigger things than our men, and we like, well, you should be doing this, you're not doing this, and anytime we putting our man down, we're not building up.
Yeah.
Life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
And those that love it shall eat the fruit that it bears. So if we want our man to be better, then you can't belittle us. You can't make us feel less than who we are, because if you make us feel, sometimes you got to make a man feel better than he is, because he will grow up, he will move up to that expectation, what you expect of him.
Right, absolutely.
If you're doing it in the kind words and not belittling him and criticizing him,
yeah,
comparing him to other people.
Yeah, because doing those types of things consistently, like constantly criticizing a man, it makes him feel unappreciated and undervalued.
Yeah.
As a man. Yeah. And over time, his self-esteem just gets low. Yeah. It erodes, and he's no longer feeling like he that man.
Yeah. And if we want our man, sometimes we gotta move him up to the best version of himself. And that starts with showing respect with our words and what we say to him when we want him to advance or step up to the plate in life. Choose the words wisely.
Right. And just for an example, just in case, because you don't know what you don't know, you might be unintentionally belittling your man or frequently mocking your husband's career choice or belittling his achievements like they're nothing. Like, for example, maybe he work at McDonald's, or he got laid off or something and he started working at McDonald's, but as the man, he's feeling like, oh, I gotta do something. I gotta get back in the game and do something because I got a family to feed. So imagine you belittling him. He coming home and you belittling him. Okay. And especially if you his wife, I'm gonna need you to, step back off of that, because you his wife and y'all are a team. So it's more of thinking of us.
How can I build him back
we're
up
building each other. And how can I build him back up? You should
my words, because I can't give him a job. So the only thing I can do to put value back into my partner is to build him up with words and not belittle him with my words. Or belittle us with your words.
Yeah. And so according to a study published in the Journal of Family Psychology, contemplative behavior like criticism and belittling is one of the biggest predictors of divorce. Okay, so again,
and it don't happen overnight. This happens over time because we did not correct the course that we was going down when we started disrespecting our man with words of disencouragement versus words of encouragement.
Right. Okay, so build them up.
Don't
show some appreciation. If you're in a relationship, a serious relationship, and you're not married, and the person you're in a relationship with, the man, is just not what you thought he would be at the age he at. Because I know a lot of women, like, if you're 50 or you're at a certain age, you shouldn't be working at a restaurant or something. I won't another type of man. So if you in a deep relationship and that is your situation and you're not liking it, just get out of that relationship instead of belittling that man. Just go ahead and let him off the hook, let him go, because he can still be built up for somebody else.
He might just not be living up to your expectations, but he don't break them down to where he might be less of a woman for somebody else because he's not living up to you. Less of a man somebody else because he's not living up to your expectations.
Absolutely. So we'll stop right here. We wanted to show you a quick video or a quick clip. Let's see.
These men are not complicated at all. I mean, at all. Men only want about 5 things. If you could provide those 5 things on a constant basis, that man will never leave. Number 1, a man wants gratitude. Number 2, loyalty. I want you to be for me. I want you to ride for me. I want you to always be on my side. I should never look at you and question whose side you on. Sex. Every man loves sex, man. Number 4, understanding. Understanding the fact that I ain't gonna always get it right. I'm trying to figure it out. I love you enough to try to figure it out. All I ask is grace in that regard. And number 5, attention to detail. Men love attention, bro. It rubs us the wrong way when y'all attention is not on us, bro. Like, don't walk in the crib talking on the phone to your own girls. You ain't greeted your man yet. Like, wrap that call up before you walk in.
Like he said, gratitude. Men we want you to be grateful for the little things we do. Because if you grateful, like I said, even in the Bible, God said he was fruitful over little things, he make you ruler over many. So that's the same thing that a man expected you to be grateful over little things. He will make you ruler over many. So show gratitude for little things. And what was the second? What was the second thing he said?
I don't even remember.
But the last thing he said was he wants you to grace.
Yeah. No. He said attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
And attention to detail, that's a very thing because we make time for what we treasure and we prioritize what we care about. So if our partner is one of the things that we care about the most in our life, then we're going to start being intentional about being attentive to little details that's happening along. Like we get women, most women, you get the little things of, oh, he like sandwiches for lunch and little things, but it's small things that women should be paying attention to, like the mood.
Yeah. Because
mood got a lot to play, but sometimes the way the man feeling when the mood come in, then you shouldn't be bringing stuff to his attention, like putting something on him when you don't feel the mood. And you got to recognize that when he come in the door. As he said, when you come in the door, put your phone down. We live in a society now where it's we don't get that much attention. I don't know, for some people, I know you out, you working, and then you got to come back. So you don't get that much attention with each other. So when you come back home, we need to learn how to put the phone down and actually connect face to face and look at our partner. I think so many times, like, it's very disrespectful nowadays because people can't have a direct conversation without them texting you and talking to you.
Right.
Like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there this afternoon while you texting on the phone, so we're not getting that connection. And especially for women, I mean, because more women are on social media than men. Men are on there, but they not like on there like women taking pictures of the food before you eat and stuff. So women are the ones that's paying a lot of attention to social media and not paying attention to their men like that.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful in a sense, coming in the house.
Yeah, when you first
not approaching your king first, because he the king. He should feel like the king.
Yeah.
So greet him.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in nobody. I know one time me and one of my homegirls, I was going to do some hair, and I went in the house, and I was like, hey, she went in, she didn't even speak to the person in the house, the lady of the house, and she like,
yeah,
how you gonna come in my house and not speak? So it's like the same sense. You don't want nobody coming in your house not speaking. Okay, so it's a form of disrespect.
And now that you coming to greet your man that you just been, or spouse that you just been apart from. So it's natural that you should get off the phone. Let me call you back.
Yeah.
When I come
Handle
in the
that
house,
from the car.
yeah, from like you said, when you walk in the door, get off the phone. Let me spend 5 or 10 minutes with my partner. Connect right quick if we want to. Maybe sometimes a lot of men don't need that much. Sometimes men just need a little 5-10 minutes. They ask something that don't want too much of your time, but they do want a nice, decent 5-10 minute connect, especially when you were just meeting each other.
Right.
5 minutes, 10 minute talk. If they're not busy playing a game or doing something that's occupying their time.
Yeah. So again, try not to belittle.
Yeah.
Or undervalue your man. Okay, uplift. Let's uplift our kings.
Yep.
You know, they are our kings. And off that particular video, we found it on TikTok.
Yeah.
The comments were like, "Oh well, men don't do this. That he's saying the things that they don't do." You know, we gotta let that go, ladies. We can't do tit for tat. You know, we have to stay grounded as women to our men as far as that. You know, he's telling what men want. Why not embrace it?
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest gap between men and women, because we say, well, you change, I will change. And sometimes we got to be the change we seek. And we're not saying, I mean, I know a lot of women that you will get ran over if you're too nice to a guy. But you got to show a guy appreciation from the jump. Because, like I said, you showing him how to love. You showing the man how to love you. And you show it with your words first.
Absolutely.
And he going to live up to the expectations that you put. If you give him good expectations, he going to raise up to those good expectations.
Yeah. So another way you can be disrespecting your man or your husband in your marriage or relationship is disregarding his opinions and decisions. Oh, whoa. When a woman frequently dismisses her partner's opinions, decisions, or suggestions, it creates a dynamic where the man feels that he don't have any input or he's not valued again. So, you know, disregarding his opinions and his decisions.
And we begin to shut down and not give our opinion. Sometimes when that does build up.
Right.
We feel like our words are not held in the house. Right. Even though sometimes we do make stupid decisions based off crazy stuff sometimes. We don't think rational sometimes, but we still want our opinion to be valued by the woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, an example of that is a wife who constantly overrules her husband's decision regarding family finances without any discussion or consideration of his viewpoint.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
man,
because that's even finding like taking trips, extra trips. You spending extra money, and anytime we spending when money is involved, a man want to have a say so. Now, sometimes he say, "Well, go do that," but when it's a big purchase, a man want to have some kind of say so in like what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's a big form of disrespect that I know that us women we can sneakily when it comes to money. Go do some things like buying stuff and, you know, just doing stuff with the money and not telling our husbands. Yeah. You know, that's a big form of disrespect.
And not only that, in marriage, it's financial infidelity.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
marriage is financial infidelity because you cheating, you hiding money, and you've been deceptive with the money. So it's like it's just as well as cheating. Yeah. It's all both the same notions.
Yeah.
And some people love their money more than they love their wife.
Yeah.
Or they love their money more than they love their spouse. I mean, so money is a big part of respect and trust and infidelity too.
Yeah, I think of it like, you know, the man again, he's the king, he's the leader. Yeah. So let's say he was wanting to pay some bills or something, even though the wife, you know, most of the time be responsible for paying the bills. Let's say he wanted to pay some bills, but then he went to pay the bill and the money wasn't there. And he like, I know what I had. Because again, the men, they be up on their money now. Like, I know what I had now. Yeah. Where the money go? You done went out and had that, what is it, financial infidelity?
Yeah, financial infidelity.
You done cheated with the money. And now that's going to start a whole shebang, arguments, disconnect. It's just disrespectful. So
financial decisions should be run across both partners.
yeah,
That's showing respect for both our opinion on the things that matter, which is money,
yeah,
and kids.
yeah.
When you're in a relationship.
So yeah, communication.
Yeah.
But tie this all together. So ladies, if you feeling like you want to go spend on something, talk about it with your husband.
Run it by him.
Yeah,
At least run it by him. You ain't gotta ask. See, I know people. I don't want to ask, but you still gotta run things by your partner because y'all are most things are y'all's together.
Yeah.
Of ours together.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so let's get to the statistics because I love statistics. All right. So a 2021 survey by YouGrow found that 34% of men feel that their opinions are often disregarded in relationships, contributing to feelings of disrespect.
Yeah.
Wow, 31%. That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a big number. All right, let's hop on into number 3. Number 3 is public humiliation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, public humiliation. Public embarrassing or undermining a partner in public. Okay, this is in public, undermining. Whether it's jokes, negative comments, or bringing up private matters in front of others is a serious form of disrespect.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Maybe he didn't like somebody post on Facebook. He's like, well, you didn't say that when you was liking a girl post on Facebook and stuff.
Yes.
That's the worst.
Man, I have a real scenario in my head that I want to say, but I ain't gonna do it. But it was such a form of public disrespect to where I was just like, wow.
Yeah. And one of the things that a woman should not never say to the man, which I think is totally disrespect, is this is my house. Especially if it's the woman house, this is my house.
Yeah, I mean, that is disrespectful. It's very disrespectful because number one, I'm the leader.
Yeah.
The man is the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
So you never want to make him feel that. That's degrading.
Yeah.
It's undermining. It's making him feel undervalued. I mean, there's so much that come into saying that.
Or this is my car too. Because a lot of times women might be the one that have the car and we say, this is my car. We're using our valuable possessions as authority over the man. Right. Which is disrespect.
Right.
We don't want to make him feel less of a man because maybe a lot of times women might be the one that's making more money. So they might have the car. You might have the apartment and stuff. He might move in with you, but you don't want to make him feel less because you're coming in with less.
Right.
Like, absolutely. This is my car. This is my house. This is my apartment. You don't pay no bills.
Yeah. And again, I have to say, what is your end game? What's your end goal with that relationship? Where are you going with saying stuff like that? Are you trying to be with this man? Or are you trying to end the relationship?
Yeah. And the main thing is not necessarily what is the end goal with what you just said, because our words, like I said, our words will do what we send them out to do.
Right.
So if we don't want our words to tear somebody down and make them be a little, then we got to watch what we say.
Mm-hmm.
Our words are the crucial things, the death and life in the power of this mouth right here, man. I'm telling you, boy. If women can only control that, then that relationship gonna be a whole lot smoother. We can't fight fire with fire. So you can't force nobody to change. You can't force nobody to do something they don't want to do.
Right.
You got to convict somebody to do something.
Yeah. I also think, though, that comes with the way a woman dress and present herself, too, in public.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that comes with, like you said, public humiliation.
Yeah. You want to dress like a lady, you going out with your man. I mean, I know a lot of people might even be like, well, that's how I dressed when he met me.
Yeah.
You know, I was like this, but we together now. Yeah. So there's no need for you to, you was looking.
Yeah.
Or, you was single. So you could do whatever you wanted to do, but you can't now because we're together. So,
And that's disrespect. I think a lot of women, that's a very disrespect thing that a lot of women don't transition from. I'm not single no more. I'm not in the field no more. Right. So sometimes a woman may dress a certain way to get a man or to force a man to look. But once she get a man and she's in a committed relationship, a man don't want to see his wife or his girl that he's serious with dress promiscuous out there in the streets.
Right.
So let's go to the next video, because then we're gonna touch on this topic, because this video right here she put it right there on the T, what we want to get into this last little divorce topic. I think this
man doesn't want a girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want. So then you say men suck, and I ask this question all the time. You complain about men, but are you being the type of a woman that a man would want, right? If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less and the idea that you have to get naked to be heard, do you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's slavery, that's bondage. I didn't have to take off my clothes to be heard in society. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, you know, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do, right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit. Man doesn't want a girl.
That was good stuff.
And like I said, man, when you meet a man, the most disrespectful thing you can do when you with your man or with your partner is to still dress like you single. See, a man, he might be attracted to you. You might attract him with your sexuality, with the promiscuous dressing and stuff. But when a man get with you, he think, or he wants you to start respecting him more when you start putting on more clothes. Okay, we get to see, I'm gonna put on some more. I'm gonna stop, cover this up a little bit more. And the man, he might not ever say nothing to you, but he just see how much you're gonna disrespect him. And a lot of times, especially this new age, people with social media, then they doing a lot of disrespecting a man by the way we dress. We still, nothing is to the imagination no more. Man get to see everything. You got your stuff all out. You got your skimpy dressed on, and the man, he's like, I wish he just cover up. But he sometimes he might say it or he might not, but they want you to show, that's showing respect. The more clothes you put on when you got a man and you're in a committed relationship, shows your man that you love him. Unless you say, baby, I like you dressing like that. But most men, they don't like you dressing like that. Not when you in a committed relationship with them no more. They don't want people seeing all their goodies. Not a good man, they respect you, and all that shows respect for yourself too, because like she said, you showing you trying to show people that you what you got on the outside, and that's for the people. If your man, you got a man now, so you don't know to look at the dress like that. What you trying to prove?
Right.
Showing respect is putting more clothes on women and presenting yourself to the public in a respectful way, to showing I got a man. I'm taken. Not I'm out here off missus, look at me.
Yep. And our example for that, I ain't gonna give you one because we just gave a lot. But I am gonna give you the statistic, okay? Research shows that public humiliation is a form of emotional abuse. Let's see. A form of emotional abuse, and repeated humiliation is linked to lower relationship satisfaction and a higher likelihood of separation.
And compromising on what you wear when you get inside a committed relationship is one of the simplest things that you can do to show your man that you respect him and you respect yourself enough to cover up for him, because you don't want the outside world seeing your goodies now that you in this committed, or I'm married, I'm in this relationship. I want to leave something for their imagination.
Absolutely. Okay, so the next one is using sex as a weapon, and I got to get to this. Okay, so withholding or using intimacy as a bargain chip. A bargain chip is very disrespectful, and it can be perceived as manipulative and disrespectful. It often leads to emotional distance and dissatisfaction in their relationship. And if I ain't mistaken, it just came back to me. I think sex might be number 2 or number 3 of what that man said. I know he did say sex.
because men need sex.
Mm-hmm.
We need sex to. That's our love.
We
That's what
all
most
need
people
sex
love,
to have connections. You know, we need to have that connection. Unless something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I know some women might need a little therapy. You know.
Yeah.
Things that went on in their childhood, they might need a little therapy before they give some. But again, hopefully you're not married.
Yeah.
And you know, in a marriage and withholding because your body's no longer yours anymore once you get married.
Yep, and the only time you should withhold sex or withhold from each other is when you fasting and praying to God. That's the
on your period.
On your period. That's the only time you should be withholding sex in marriage. You should not be using sex as a bargaining tool to get something from your partner.
Yeah, or you know, as a weapon.
Yeah.
Like you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't giving you none of this, you know.
Until you do this
until you do this and do this.
We cannot force nobody to do nothing. What we can do is we can convince and we can convict.
Yes.
And all those are matters of the heart.
Yes. I say at least communicate. Like maybe you don't feel like having sex. Maybe you had a long day at work, but communicate it with your partner. Ask him, you know, baby, if it's okay, because you know you might be in the bed and he might roll over and give you that rub, and you know you like, oh Lord, I'm tired. Just talk to him.
Or you might still be upset. Display some upset, but don't use like sex as the tool of punishment.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're tired, like, because some people genuinely be tired and don't feel like having sex at night. Just talk it out with your partner, like, baby, I'm tired. Is it okay if I just go to sleep? I get you back in the morning or something, you know.
But uphold to your promise. Don't make false promises and you don't do it.
Yeah.
For both parties.
Yeah.
And like the girl said that our men need to be the ones that they, like I say, if you want to be a change in your relationship, the only person you can change is yourself. You cannot change nobody else. So if you can change yourself and your approach that you coming to the man to make the man the best man he do, then you're gonna be all right, man. Just change your approach. Don't come with that disrespectful stuff. We name things like what we name about 5 things.
Yeah, four so far.
Four. Oh, we got one more.
Well, but we already talked about that one too. Number 5 is ignoring and invalidating feelings.
Yeah.
So don't make sex a transactional dynamic.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Okay. Yeah. It's very important to have that connection in the relationship. Okay, so that one is like one of the top forms of disrespect for a man to me.
Yeah. And the last but not least is
wait a minute. I gotta give my statistic.
Oh, give us statistic.
Yes. A study by the University of Toronto found that sexual dissatisfaction is one of the leading causes of relationship breakdowns, and using intimacy as a bargaining tool worsens communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it with that one.
Like
carry on.
And last but not least, one of the biggest things that show disrespect to a man is trying to argue and being defensive with him in argument. A man don't want to see a hostile, aggressive woman. We need to stop being so aggressive towards our man in conflict. The man want to see the softer side in a relationship. Like we said, you can't fight fire with fire. You can only put it out with water.
Yeah.
Water is the softer side. The woman is supposed to become with the softer side. So in conflict, you cannot get your, even if you're making a complaint with your partner, you cannot get your complaint answered when you coming with disrespect and aggressive that a man would do coming towards a man. He looking, when you come with aggressive, a man look at that as aggressive and he don't want to argue with this woman. He gonna leave.
Yeah.
So come with more soft. If you complain to your partner, you want to get a point across, then you need to come with the softer side and make him feel convicted to do what you want him to do. Not convict. He got to feel like he wants to change. He like, damn, I got to do this one, baby. I got to do this because I know this hurting her. You got to make that man feel like that. You don't want to make that man feel like, man, she keep nagging me, want me to do this and all that and all that. That's nagging, and that's the defensiveness coming from your part. So show him the softer side. The man wants to see the softer side. Keep showing that softer side, be the change you see, and watch you start breaking the barrier down in that man because you're showing the respect in all areas that he wants respect in. And number one thing that man wants is respect.
Yeah. And I got one more that I wanted to mention before we go real quick. It's unhealthy comparisons.
Yeah.
So yeah, frequently comparing a partner to other men, especially in a negative light, can make a man feel inferior and very disrespected. All right. So an example is a wife constantly compare her husband, his income, how he look, or his habits to that of a friend's spouse.
Yeah.
Making him feel inadequate.
That's the worst thing. Comparison is the thief of joy. Especially if it's coming from your partner compared to somebody else, another man. Don't do that. Comparison is the thief of joy. So you want an unpeaceful, you want an unjoyous house, then keep
doing what you're doing.
Disrespecting your man in this way.
And then like, absolutely. And I got my statistic. Okay, so statistics studies show that making frequent comparison in relationships correlates with lower relationship satisfaction and increased feelings of insecurity.
Yeah.
So ladies, let's lift up our kings.
Yeah.
Let's let them know that they are accurate. Let's not ignore their feelings if they come home and tell you they've been stressed at work. Don't go off on them about, you didn't even ask me how I was feeling. Listen to them and talk it out with them. So make them feel, like he's, he means something, don't disregard his opinions or decisions. Okay, so and don't constantly criticize or belittle your man. Okay,
and let down the defensive wall. Yeah, and like I say, if you want your relationship to get better, the only thing you can change is what you can change. And that's yourself. So change your approach, change how you handle things, and watch things on the outside start changing for you. Because that's change yourself.
Yeah.
She can't change me, and I can't change her, but we can do is change ourselves.
Yeah. So this has been another episode of Visions of Love and Relationship. Again, thank you for joining. We hope you got something out of this. Let's be more respectful. Build up our kings. We need more build up kings.
So he can fully step into himself and be the man that you need him to be.
Yeah, and if you're a younger person watching this, go ahead and get started working on this now. And just know that when you get into a relationship, if you're a lady, that these are some of the things to be mindful for. Okay? All right. And thank you so much for coming, for visiting. Again, like, comment, share if you got something out of this. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. And they had vision, and together they built the life that